right, guys, so I'm glad y'all are here and you're getting to come with us to do something really epic today. We've never been to the Pacific Northwest, and today wait a minute. Do you like how I have my like Casey Neistat indoor glasses thing going on? Anyway, you get to come with us. We're going to go to the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see some friends. We're going to Washington State. Specifically, we're going into Seattle. We're staying with some family that are stationed there. And we're going to start our trip now and go that way. So, the kids are packed up. That's where you thought like everything was going to go really smooth, right? No, not at all. Not at all, actually. It was really crazy the entire day from this point forward. Now, I don't want to let you believe that we were going to drive all the way to the Pacific Northwest. No, that wasn't going to happen. No, we're flying. So what you just saw was us coming into the airport here locally, where we had a flight to Denver and then we had a flight to Seattle. So we get to the airport and I think, man, I'm gonna leave my camera set up. I wanna do some vlogging in the airport. It's gonna be really awkward. It's the first time I've done it. That's gonna be really cool. But none of that happened. TSA, super easy. It was amazing. I had my camera bag full of all kinds of crap. Like, there was 4 cameras, a drone, I don't know how many batteries I had packed along, my laptop, my iPad. They didn't even open my bag up. That was amazing, because I thought that was gonna be the point where it's like, here we go. They're gonna tear this bag apart and I'm gonna have to restuff everything. There'll be people behind me, it's gonna be a nightmare, but no, none of that happened. So a breath of fresh air. Kids were hungry, I was hungry a little bit. We decided to get some food. Had plenty of time. So we honestly, we got to the airport like an hour and 15, hour and 20 before. I did have to go park the car way off in a parking lot that was the economy lot, because I wasn't gonna pay like $30 a day to park my car so I could be close to the terminal. It was like a 10-minute walk. So fast forward back to where we're at getting food. We go to the only restaurant that's inside of our airport. We sit down, we order food. 5 minutes after we ordered food, I get a text on my phone, your flight's boarding. Awesome, awesome. We don't even have our food yet, and it's boarding. It's boarding like, I don't know, 40 minutes early. We scarfed down our food really quick. We're the last ones to board the plane. Not a big deal. We still sit for about, I don't know, 2 minutes before they got clearance to push from the terminal, and we were off. So we almost missed our flight unbeknownst to us. Here we are. Now we're flying to Denver. We get to Denver, we had like a 50-minute layover, and by the time we actually docked at the terminal, got off the plane, got our gate checked bag, found where our other flight was, honestly, we had about 15 minutes before they started boarding. Cool. Not a big deal. Got on the airplane and we sat and waited to take off for almost 2 hours. We sat and waited. Come to find out, the pilot's seatbelt had broken. So we went through this, hey, they think they can fix it, to they're looking for another aircraft. Another aircraft? Really? Oh no, they think they can fix it again. But if you want to get off, you can get off the aircraft. Just remember to listen for announcements, because we will be reboarding. And if you get off, you have to take all your stuff. We stayed on the plane. 2 hours later, they get the seatbelt fixed. We did not have to change planes. We get in the air, Off to Seattle we go. We're late. We're super late. Midnight Seattle time, which means it's 3 a.m. where we live. Our kids are awake at 3 a.m. This is spectacular. Awesome. Love it. We get our baggage. Everything seems to be going fine. I know that we have to get on a bus to go from the terminal to the car rental place. Not a big deal. Except it's raining in Seattle, obviously, because it's always raining in Seattle. And we have to stand outside in the cold at midnight on the side of the street waiting on a bus to take us to the car rental facility that's in the same airport. The bus finally comes. We waited for what was really probably about 15 minutes, felt like 2 hours. Felt like it took forever. But that's not the best part. We get on the bus, we get to the facility. There's 30 people in line with a company that we were in with. By the way, budget rental, you should be ashamed of yourself for what I'm about to say. About 30 people in line, or that ends up getting in line while we're standing there. We're like number 5. For 45 minutes, 2 people working the counter at budget take care of 3 people. So we're second up when they turn the lights off and tell everybody that they're closed, they're not taking care of anyone else, and we have to go across the, not far, across the room to the Avis dealer, that they'll be taking care of us. Seriously? Now, the lady that was working the Avis counter was super nice. She was by herself. She already had like 4 people in line. Now we're back to number 6. We go over, get our place in line. The elderly ladies that were in front of us were the last ones to get over there. I looked at everybody in the line, so 30 other people, and said, hey, they're cutting me. They've been here for forever. I'm letting them get in front of me because they don't need to stand here any longer, and I'm, at this point, not in that big of a hurry. I've still got a 40-minute drive ahead of me. My kids are passed out. My kids are passed out in the chairs in this waiting area, because it's now circa 4 a.m. Eastern time. An hour and 15. I make it to the counter. This is a vehicle that I've already paid for. I paid for a full-size SUV for me and my wife and my kids and our luggage and my gear and the stuff to go travel all around the Pacific Northwest, pretty much tied into Seattle, Tacoma, Olympic National Park, the West Coast. Just something comfortable that we could get in and go drive and see all this stuff. I got a 12-passenger Ford Transit van because that's all they had left. It doesn't stop here. I'm irritated about it, but I'm not irritated about it because I'm tired and I just want to get out of there. They did tell me that I can take it to any budget facility the next day and it would be fixed. They would give me what I paid for. Not a big deal. Fine, whatever. We get to the van. While we're walking to the van, I passed 6 other full-size SUVs that were sitting, waiting. Come to find out, long story short on that part, was they didn't have anybody to clean them or service them or fill them up with fuel or whatever the case may be, so they wouldn't let me rent them. I get in this Ford Transit van and drive it like, I drive it like a rental vehicle, no kidding, all the way to where we're going. And we're staying on Joint Base Lewis McChord, which is a little bit south of Tacoma. It's about a 40-minute drive from the airport. All's well with the world. It's 5 a.m. our time in East Tennessee. And I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted. So that's how day 1 went. All right, guys, so I know that was a lot of me talking, but that day was a train wreck. That was an absolute train wreck. However, I promise, like, I was gonna make this all one video, like the whole week. I was gonna make it one video, and I realized, like, with all the footage that I've got and how I needed to explain day 1, that there's no way I can make it one video and keep anybody's attention, because it would be like an hour long. And I don't want to do that. Like, this is long enough. So, if you like that video, please hit the like button. It really helps out a lot. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe, smash it if that's something that you're like totally into these days. And if you want to know how the rest of this trip went, along with actually like some good pictures and some video of not just me sitting here talking to you, hit your notification bell so you know when I post something new, and that would be totally freaking cool. Like there's some good stuff coming up. Just bear with me. It takes a minute. You know, this isn't my full-time job. Even though I would like it to be, it's just not. And if there's wind noise in this one, I'm sorry. It is like hot. It is hot, and there's a lot of wind, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one.